Hi and welcome to Let's Talk eBay, where I do the research so you don't have to. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is January 10th, 2020. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content. You come back for more. And if you are a visitor for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. My channel here, folks, for those who are new, is to help inspire and share. And how I like to do it is by giving out free information. So today's topic, I want to talk about good till cancel. Right now, as you know, eBay has instituted that into their program where you're going to have the good till canceled, and some people are for it and some people ain't. I was never really crazy about it for the simple reason is with good till cancel, you can rack up some big fees if you don't have a store, so to speak. What I want to say, the point I'm trying to get across is I have a store, the starter store, which costs me $4.95 a month if you do it based on a yearly basis. And if you just do it on a month-to-month, I believe it's $7.95, and you get 100 free listings. And anything over 100 free listings, if you want to make additional, you want to add to it, it's an additional 30 cents versus not having a store is 35 cents per listing. But here's where the problem lies with the good till canceled. Now, for a person like myself that has the 100 free listings, that's great and everything, right? Every month you get 100 free listings. And the way I understand with the good till cancel is that after the 30-day period, it will end and it will renew again. But with that there, I called up the eBay teammate, and I called him up, and I want to share some stuff. I wrote down on a pen and pad here, and I told the teammate that I have some questions to ask him if he could help me out. And I want to just share that information with you guys out there for those who are interested in, you have no choice basically as far as the good till cancel. As far as I know, they did away with all the other options. I think with the auction, you still have those days where you could do auctioning where you could keep it. I think 10, 15, whatever it is, whatever it is on it. I'm not really an auction seller. I do everything fixed price. But for the most part, I want to read some of the the questions to you guys, what I asked them and the response I got. So without further ado, let me just get into it, and then we're going to go to the website and stuff like that. I want to share a couple of websites with you. One will be the eBay community chat board, and the other one will be downdetected.com. And the reason I want to show you that one as well is that with downdetected.com, that will that website there, basically you could check any company out and it will tell you what stores have it, whether issues, whether it be website logon issues or whatever. It's a pretty good website. I recommend you check it out if you get the time. I've been using it. I use it a lot. I do it pretty much on a daily basis. I want to see what's going on, and basically what it is, it's like a community chat board, but where people, sellers and buyers such as you and I, will go on there and they will state their issues or problems that they're having within the eBay platform. So I'm going to share that in a little bit, but let me just read a little into this. I answered them a total of 6 questions, so I just want to go over it really quick. So let's hang in there if you could. And I had to put my reading glasses on to read this here. Okay, so I said to the teammate, I said the questions about what I had about good till canceled, and I said over here, I got to read my own handwriting. I'm a lefty, so not that my handwriting. Sometimes I can't read it myself. It goes on to say, is it okay to end a listing right before it ends at the 30-day period? Yes or no? I put there. And he said it's okay. Yes. He says that that's only for fixed pricing. Now, from what he did say with the auctions, if it's an auction, it's got a bidding on it. You can't do it with that. Like if people are bidding on an auction, you can't do that with the ending it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Then I wrote over here, does it affect my seller performance on a fixed price if you cancel it? He said no. Okay. So I just wanted to get that off my mind because I want to make sure I'm not going to do anything to mess up my seller account. So then I wrote over here, when it auto relists, does everything stay the same? Yes or no? He says yes, everything stays the same. If you don't touch it, it stays the same. Basically, if you're not going to do anything with it, it's going to stay the same. However, even though it does auto relist, you can go in there and make modifications. Okay, you can change it within it if it does auto renew, but I'm going to get a little more into that with the auto renew part as in regards to just having it auto relist and not doing anything to it. Okay, I'll touch base on it a little bit if I don't forget. That's why I have to write it down. Okay, so yeah, he says it stays the same. And then question number 4 was, when it does relist, do you still keep the watches on that listing? And he goes, on auto relist, he goes, you can keep the watches. The only time it will end, the watches will disappear is if, what do you call it there? If you end it and then you end it manually, and then when you do it all over again, the watches disappear. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Let's see. That's for you, and that was there is yes, they do stay the same unless you change it. It's still going to stay the same, and you still keep the watches. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right. When it goes, then I have over here, when it relists again, does that listing show up as new? And he says no, it does not show up as a new listing. It will only show up as a new listing if you end it. Okay, and then when you do it again, when you relist it again, it'll show up and it'll have a different number then. And this is what he told me. This is what the teammate told me. I'm not making this stuff. This is what he told me. That's why I wrote it down on a pad and paper here. I told him, I said, be patient because I got questions. I got 6 questions I want to ask you, and I want to see if you can get me, help me out with that. So question number 6 was, is there any penalty for ending a listing prior to the 30-day listing policy? Yes or no? He said no. Fixed prices can be ended anytime. That's fixed prices. That's me. That would pertain to me. Auction again, that's another story. Okay. Now I just want to recap something over here. Okay, unbidded. Yeah, right. I think on the first question I wrote here, it's okay to end the listing, before the 30-day period. He says yes, it's okay. But then I have a little notation which says if it has bidders on it, that's on an auction. If it has bidders on it, you can't. Okay. All right. Let's see, and I think that's basically, and then I asked him what's the new update going on. He says basically working on the managed payment service, that new system that's coming up. And I asked him, will I still be able to use PayPal for my service? Because I'd rather use PayPal than to use the managed payment. Because if you didn't opt into it, he goes, you don't have to worry about it. And then I also asked him, I remember reading somewhere, take this glass off. I remember reading somewhere where it said it was going to be a mandatory thing, that by a certain time, everybody's going to be, grandfathered into the managed pay service. I'm not really crazy about it. I heard different, takes on it, yes and no. Some people like it, some people don't. On the other hand, I like PayPal. Okay, I love PayPal. We've been through a number of years. I've been with them since eBay started. Not since they started. I got on eBay back in July of 1999. eBay started in 1995, I believe. I'm saying since I started selling on eBay, which was on and off. So we've been with them for 20 years. But anyway, he said as far as he knows, it's not going to be a mandatory thing. But like I said again, I read it somewhere on another website where it was going to be mandatory. In any event, if it becomes a mandatory thing, I'm not saying it is or not, but if it becomes a mandatory thing, if you're going to sell on eBay, it's their platform, you got to go with the flow, right? Like they'll say, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. So I want to go over that with you guys, okay? So what I want to do is, now that I got that out of the way, like I said, I don't mind doing a research for you guys. Today, matter of fact, there's 50% off there at my local thrift stores, and I said to myself, I'm probably missing out on good deals right now. But I said, you know what? You guys are number one for me. If you're especially for the new subscribers, I want to put this information out there. It means a lot to me to share it with you guys. And if you're a visitor for the first time, I just want you guys to know that I'm also I'm also a seller on eBay. Like I said, I've been with it for 20 years. And I also do the reseller news outside of Let's Talk eBay, which that's what this segment is. The Let's Talk eBay, basically, just to differentiate the two of them, the Let's Talk eBay is basically I share my own personal experiences I had or issues or concerns with eBay, and that's my personal take on it, and I'll share it with you guys. Okay, it's not scripted like when I go do the reseller news, I will take you to the websites where I get the information from, and then the rest is up to you, whatever takeaway you get from it, which I hope it is. I hope you get a good takeaway from it. So there may be days I'll do the reseller news on a daily basis. Now, I used to do it on a daily basis, but then since I threw the Let's Talk eBay into the mix, I said, okay, I'll have to break off once in a while because I don't want to inundate you with too many videos. Do the reseller news today and then do the Let's Talk eBay today. And I'm also a vlogger. So I like to vlog about different things as well. Like I said again in my other videos, if you are new, I might want to talk about the photography. I'm not a professional photographer or videographer, which I'm not a professional videographer either, but I might want to share different things with you guys out there. You know, I do some how-to videos. I might want to share the software I use to edit my, to make my videos and so on and so forth. Things of that nature. I even did a little cooking tips too. So it's just like an open forum to me, open to you guys as well. And I do hope that you get a takeaway from the information I put out there and it's helpful to you. Okay, that's what my website is all about, to help inspire and share. So please keep that in mind. All right. With that said, we're going to jump right to the website there. I want to just read a little into it, and then I want to expand a little on that topic. And for those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim on these websites. That's why I give you the URL, and the rest is up to you if you like to pick up where I left off. And I do not have any affiliation links with these websites that I share with you guys. Okay, the websites I do use a lot, to be honest with you, is ecommercebytes.com, and I also use on occasion tamebay.com. Those are the two sites I basically use. But in between, when I'm doing a reseller news, there will be other sites that will come up into that particular video. And again, I have no affiliate links with them. And if I do have an affiliate link with them, you can rest assured you will be notified. I am not going to keep that from you and be secretive and say, oh, I'm not going to say anything to anybody. No, I will definitely let you guys know that, that's what it's all about. If it is an affiliate link, I'll tell you guys, hey, if you hit that channel, if you hit that video, if you hit that website, I'm going to get a little kickback from them. I don't. If I do, like I said again, if I do have it, I will let you guys know. All right. With that said, let's go to a couple of websites. I don't want to keep this too long, folks. I want to try to expand a little on the topic, and then I just wanted to go elsewhere. I want to end this video because I do have other things to do. Maybe if I get this video done today, maybe I can run out and check out and see what kind of things they got. Today's half off day sale, 50% off. So in cases like this, sometimes you can do pretty good when it comes to thrifting at the wholesale, not the wholesale level, thrifting at the 50% level, which is good, for me anyway. So let's see where we go with that. Okay, so stick around. I'm going to go jump in that window right now. Okay, the first website I want to share with you is crewmachine.com. So let me give you a URL. It's www.crewmachine.com. I know you're going to say, this story came out March 6, 2017. It's old. But you know what I always say, folks? Sometimes old news could be good news. But anyway, put that aside. It says, why should you always use go to cancel GTC duration when selling on eBay? Now, it's going to expand a little on the topics, and I'm not going to get too much into this here, okay? It says over here, what is good to cancel? All right, good to cancel is one of the formats sellers can use to generate listings on eBay. Using this style, a seller creates his inventory listings for the duration of 30 days at a fixed price. At the end of the 30-day period, the listing is automatically renewed, and the item gets listed again. This cycle continues until the seller decides to cancel the listings altogether, and the seller is required to pay applicable fees every time the listing is renewed. Okay. Now, if you have a store like I have, the starter store, which is the very basic one, you get 100 free listings. Anything over that, here's what I'm trying to say. If you have 100 listings on your store, okay, and let's say nothing sells, it stays the same for the following month. The way I understand it now, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. What will happen is all those listings will renew again, but they should be for free because you're getting 100 free listings a month. Okay. Now, if you have a store and you have, let's say, additional 25 listings, right? Now you're going to pay regardless. Okay. Here's what happens. You're going to pay for those additional. So let's say you got a starter store and you get 100 free listings and you got the 25 additional in there. You're going to pay the 25 for those 25 listings at 30 cents times 25, right? What that comes out to be, whatever. And then what happens is, the next month, when it auto renews again, if you still have that same amount, you're going to pay, your fees are going to rack up again because you have now the 25 additional listings there at 30 cents a pop. So that's where you could start racking up fees. Okay. So that's what it's saying. You can rack up, it says again, altogether, the seller is required to pay any applicable fees every time the listing is renewed. Now, to share this with you guys really quick, eBay gives non-store sellers 50 free listings a month. The way I understand it, I think it's either the first or the second of the month, you will get 50 free listings. So if you're going to start off selling on eBay, you may want to take advantage of the 50 free listings just to feel the waters, especially if you're going to be a new seller or you're going to, this is the first time selling on eBay. All right, let's read a little more into this here. As a seller, why you should use GTC. No need to create a new listing every time. Now, that's true. You don't need to, if you don't want to be lazy though, but let's put it this way. Let's say you got like me, you have a store, and you have items that are just sitting there. They're very stagnant, okay? You let them go the first time, you see nothing was happening with it. They're stagnant. You're not getting views, you're not getting a lot of views, or you're not getting any watches on it. That's where I have a little indifference with this here, because for the simple reason is, if it's been sitting there for 30 days and you get no watches on it, and you might get very little views on it, you don't want it to relist with that same thing. That's when you're going to want to do your research. You're not going to want to keep it the same thing. Maybe you might want to check the categories out there. And I did a video a while back, I don't know where it is, on how to bump your listing up in the search rankings. I talked about watchcount.com, how I do it and stuff like that. What you might want to do is, in a case like that, is take that listing that you have, copy it, do a search on eBay, and compare it with somebody else that does have watches. Okay, you may have yours in a different category. Okay, you may be overpriced. All right, there's a little variables with it. So you're going to need to, do your research on that there. I did a video, like I said, a while back. I don't know if you could find it. I have over 1,000 videos, so for me, it's really hard for me to, to decipher it. If I could, I'll try to put it in, but I can't guarantee I'm going to find it. It's in the midst of one of those videos. But if I do, I will drop the link in it to help you. It'll tell you how I get my listing, my items higher in search ranking. Okay, so it goes over here. Let's just read this over here. If you have a large amount of product or a particular item on a regular restock, GTC will keep your list stay active until all the items are sold. Okay, or when you choose to end the listings for some reason. Okay, this means that you don't have to create a fresh listing every time the item sells. So basically, if you end the listing and you just redo it again for whatever reason, let's say you ended it early for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe you wanted to check on something, maybe you weren't sure it was still available, whatever the reason may be, and you end it and it'll go in your unsold folder. What you could do is just go in there again and relist it. But here's the takeaway. Somebody told me that when you're going to relist an item like that, go to the sell similar. Go, click that feature on and do the sell similar, and that will automatically, from what I understand, it will be considered a new listing, and it should bring that item back up in a higher search, because it comes in. It should list as a new seller. I mean, a new listing. But again, I don't know about that. I didn't really get a chance to check into that. That's what I heard from another seller. We'll know. We'll have to see and find out. The other one is here. The inventory features high on best match searches. It says every time renewed GTC listing has a previous sale history attached to it, this helps build into a history over time. This helps to ensure the listing shows up higher in the search result pages. This is especially true for sellers dealing with high volume sales. Now, again, I am not a high volume sales seller. Okay, I only have 100 listings. Well, right now I think I have a little over 118, whatever. So next month, I will be paying additional fees because I went over my 100 free listings. So that's what I'm trying to say. Be careful with that there. Now, I did hear something people saying, well, if you're a high volume seller, you got a lot of listings, you will appear higher in search. How true it is, I don't think it's a fair level playing field if that's the case, because regardless whether you have a lot of listings or a little, you should still show up in search, which I understand you do. Okay. Here's the next one here. Helps build a good reputation. GTC prospective buyers gauge how many items you sold as a seller and also see the kind of feedback you've earned over time. This helps build buyers' trust in you and drives the buyer to go for a repeat purchase. Now, I had repeat buyers on mine, and I didn't have to, even with the good to sell, good to cancel, that may have a little validity to it. But again, it all depends. You keep the same. Your product keeps the same URL. With GTC listings, the item keeps the same URL address until you cancel it. So if it's been stagnating for the last 30 days, you may want to end it and do some modifications, change the title around, maybe take better pictures if you notice some of the pictures may not be doing any just. eBay has right there a built-in little bar there. It's right where the pictures are, where you could crop it, you can enhance it. You could do a lot of they got little features there built into that there. And you could also enhance the picture, make it clarity and all that stuff. It's got a lot of little features there. Again, I did a video about that as well. I don't know where it is, but it's out there somewhere. Again, if I could find these videos, I will post them out there. But for the most part, you might have to make modifications with that there. Like I said again, I mean, I can only go so far with this here. But like I said, I don't mind doing the research and helping out in any way I can. Here's another one. It says help build helps build an accurate sales history. It's a good idea for sellers who often list an item multiple times to keep an accurate sales history. This helps you quickly view the items sell well and need to be restocked, as well as the items that do not sell well, and you may need taken out of inventory or put on a sale. Like I said, eBay's GTC listings allow sellers to keep an item history that shows the valuable information such as total items sold and the number of watches that item has. Now, I'm not going to get too much in this here. It's a good website if you want to check it out. I just came across this today. I was doing, like I said again, I was doing some research on it, and I thought I'd make a video on it there to give you guys a little helping hand out there. Now, eBay, we're going to bump out of this window. I want to just talk about a couple things here because I got some windows open about the technical issues, and I also want to talk a little here about the eBay community. And this one here is good till cancel. This is from their website, by the way. This is not me. I mean, this is not my personal website. You can see I'm over here, Shop RJ Pasini for great deals. That is me. But this is on the eBay community chat board. So if you want to go there, you could just type a Google search eBay community chat board or eBay community, and it'll bring you there. But I'll give you the URL. I'm not going to give you the whole thing just to get you there. You would just go to www.community.ebay.com, and it should bring you there. When you come to the eBay community, you got the home page, selling news, knowledge base, and when you click it on, you're going to see a lot of different things here. As you can see here, most popular, commonly asked questions, buying and seller basics, getting started, starting an eBay, buying and selling, and so on and so forth. You're also going to come over here to additional resources, eBay for Business Facebook, which I highly recommend you sign up with them or follow them, however. You're going to see the seller updates, okay? You got the mentor program, the eBay for Business podcast. You may want to check that. And they also have eBay Business YouTube and eBay Inc. News, okay? So you might want to check that out. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to go read this story here. And it goes over here to say, this one came out, let's see here. This was, okay, January, March. It was March 2019. I think there was a recent one, I think. Wasn't there a recent one here? Let me see some. Hold on here. Oh, that's technical issues. Okay, we'll get to that one in a second. I'm sorry. I'm bouncing around here. It says a reseller like so many here on eBay. We list items up that we think is the price, and it should sell after doing research. Okay, I understand a lot of people do the research and they still don't get the effects. They still don't get the answers they want or get that information they're looking for to help make that sale. But anyway, it goes on to say we almost listed items. Yeah, we almost list 7 items a day at a fixed price. If the item did not sell during a week, we would lower the price and then put it back up again and repeat the process until the item sells. Now I will probably have to deal with more offers than ever, and lowering the price regularly will be a pain from what I've read. I think eBay will be missing out on more sales faster this way. Anyone else agree? And then it says also, whoever did a project management on this new print process should have examined eBay. Please contact me if you want to know more. You can improve it. Again, this is an old one. This came out, like I said, it came out March 2019 here. So yeah, I know a lot of people might not be too crazy about coming to this site here, but you do get some good information in some cases. I always feel that, when you listen to when you go to the community chat board and you're hearing people out, some people say, oh, you go to that chat board and all people do is complain and stuff. It's not to complain. They're just trying to, express their issues or concerns of what they're dealing with. Just like me doing the Let's Talk eBay. I'm doing this video here because I want to share information with you guys. It's not that I'm complaining about eBay. I love eBay. I've been with eBay for 20 years. So I'm just trying to share this information with you. But like I said, look, there's pros and cons to everything, all right? Now, I'm not going to read all of these here. If you want to, if you want to check it out, there's quite a bit here. I'm not going to get into this here. I didn't get a chance to read this one here. This is a long one here, kind of. Yeah. You might want to you might want to check this out if you get a chance, folks. I don't know. I'll probably keep this one up here. But for the most part, like I said again, if you want to check that out, if you're looking for the title you'd be looking for is good till cancel, bad deal all around. Okay. Again, now this is not here. I'm not doing this video to making derogative statements about eBay or bash them in any way. Like I said again, I love eBay. I always joke around and say I have a love-hate relationship. I love when I'm making money. I hate when I'm not. But I always say it in a joking way. But anyway, with that aside, let's go to the technical issues. Now, these next two websites here are for your benefits, too. This is an open forum. This is not something I'm just putting out there again to, this is on eBay's community chat board. This is theirs, not mine. These are the technical issues. Now, this came out today, or at least it was over here by Pathfinder, on today, January 10, 2020. It says over here, buy it now versus the auction bidding issue. Okay, now I'm not going to read all these, so you got to click them on to read them, but it gives you a little, when you hover over it, it'll say over here, hello eBay community, happy new year, blah, blah, blah. I tend to purchase an item via buy it now. I was checking out and have logged into my, and had logged into my PayPal account. You got to click it on, you can read more about it. These are the things that are happening pretty much now. This looks like you had two today that happen, orders, page displays, and correct shipping. Okay, and when you hover over the mouse, it'll give you a little idea what it's all about. Here's another one, the site can't be reached. This came out January 9th. Estimated shipping shows 10 days no matter what the shipping is chosen. Okay, every click opens up a new tab. Only some of the items are showing up in my store. These are the issues that people are experiencing, folks. Okay, can't edit or end the listing. Okay, and let me explain something to you guys really quick. Some of the things that these people are experiencing do not affect me. Okay, I don't know about you guys out there, for you or who are seasoned sellers on eBay. These things don't really affect me, what's going on here. Okay, so it's not, I don't think it's right across the board. I think it could happen with a percentage of people. I don't think everybody and their aunts and uncles are going to have this problem, but I know for me, I'm speaking on my own behalf, I don't have the issues that are displayed on here. Okay, I'm just sharing that with you guys. So I don't think it's right across the board that everybody's experiencing the same issues that's going on over here. Okay, print the friendly page, I didn't have that problem. But if I do, I will say this. I mean, I stay, good, bad, or indifferent. If there is an issue going on with eBay, I am going to share it with you guys, plain and simple. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't have a dog in this fight, and I tell it like it is. And if I am experiencing any problems when it comes to selling on eBay, I will bring it out to your attention. Okay. Like I said again, I love eBay, but like I said, everybody has its up. Every company or whatever place you do business with is going to have its ups and downs. But you can see here, it goes on and on and on. All right. Now, with that aside, I shared this information with you. Like I said, this is on eBay community chat board. There's another site I want to share with you guys really quick, and this is called Down Detector. Now, Down Detector, from the last time I've been with them, they kind of like really revamped their, well, to me anyway, this is my take, they revamped their website. Now, with Down Detector, let's go right to the beginning here to get to it. All right, I want to show you something here really quick. I'm going to go back all the way to the beginning here. When you type in Down Detector for the first time, you're going to come to this window, and you can see the URL is very simple. Let me give it to you. It's www.downdetector.com. What you're going to do in here is you're going to type in a name. When you come here, it says real-time problem outage monitoring. All right. You're going to type a name in, but if you don't, they got quite a bit, and it goes on. And you can see the companies here. There's a lot of them. I mean a lot. They really kind of like changed it around a little. So you could show more, but you're going to keep going and going and going and going and going. So that's why they made it simplified. Like I said, just look how long it's taken just to load this up. Okay. We're not going to go through that there, so I'm just going to go right up over here. It's going to probably change anyway. Just type in here, when you get to this window, just type in here eBay. Okay, when you type in eBay, you're going to get this here, the search results, Craigslist, and eBay. You click that on. That's the one you want. And when you click it on, you're going to say, right now it's saying no problems at eBay. eBay's on like auction site. Okay, now they will show you on the last 24 hours what happened here, okay? Now, they also got over here, most reported problems is website, login, and checkout. They also have a live outage map. So when you click this on, it's going to bring you a live outage map. Now, again, when it comes to outages, I don't know if they're referring to, the outage like due to a storm, or they have a, maybe there's some kind of a software glitch, hardware glitch that caused it. But you could see here, if you want to know what country it is, in this particular case, according to this outage map, it's saying United Kingdom is experiencing, the Netherlands, Germany, and so on and so forth. That's why I see it here. And then in regards, you could also move this around with your mouse cursor. If you go bigger here, the United States, you can see where they're having supposedly outages. Now, where all the yellow is, as far as I know, this is what I was told, that's where they're experiencing some problems. I'm in New York, so I don't really know what they're referring to as far as like outages or whatever problems are going on, because I'm not experiencing it right now. Everything seems to be working normal for me, okay? So, they have this here, this outage map is good and stuff, but again, what I'm showing you on the site doesn't always pertain to me, and it probably won't pertain to you. Now, when you want to check out the resolved issues, you could click on here for January, problems at January 8th. You can click this on. They also go back to December 11th and 23rd, and you can check the past issues as well. Okay. If you want to leave a comment, you got to sign in over here. You can see here I'm signed in his shop RJ Pasini. It's supposed to be for great deals. This is the let's see what the latest is. Now, this was posted 21 hours ago. Okay. This is what these people are experiencing, folks. Okay. It says eBay's having issues right now. I tried multiple sellers to find out. eBay is reporting, oops, something went wrong. Please try again. Now, I've only seen this happen once, this particular case here, what happened. But all I did was I refreshed my screen. I think what happened was I clicked it too many times and I got this error message. Again, what people post on here is not always pertain to my same situations. If it did, I would let you guys know. That's why I said this one here, looking at this here right now, yes, I did get one of these a long time ago, a while back, not recently. This was done 21 hours ago, it was posted, but a long time ago I got this here. How far back, I don't remember. Maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, I don't remember. But I do remember seeing this message, and what happened was I either clicked it too quick or whatever, and then all I did is I just refreshed the the website there, and everything came back to normal. Okay, again, I'm not going to experience the same thing like other people here. I'm not going to read all these here, folks. This is just for you guys to check it out. That's why I gave you the URL. All right, and like I said again, if you go there to this website there, Down Detector for the first time, rather than going through it and panning through, type any name you want in there. It should bring it up. Well, whatever companies they do, that they're doing research on or whatever. That's the company that'll pop up. But you can see I typed in eBay and it brought me here. So right now it's saying there's no problems at eBay. Okay, that's basically it. And if you cross-reference it with the technical issues that eBay's having their community chat board, they almost will coincide in some cases. In some cases they may not. But again, you got to go to, if you want to find out and you want to get the latest information, go right to the source itself, which in this case is eBay. All right, and they also got an announcement page here. Right, if you click the announcement page, you could see, I think, the latest information that's popping up. Simplified pricing options for other vehicles and trailer boats and categories, blah, blah, blah. All right, this came out starting on January 2020 for this month. Okay, listing vehicles and other vehicles, trailers, boats, and so on and so forth. Then over here, this is an older one from December 2019, not that old, but lower FedEx rates are effective today. FedEx, UPS, and USPS announced new rate changes, and you could read more about that there. If you want to go backtrack, you could even read even more. What I do recommend you guys, before I close this video out, is to check out let me go over here for a second here. Check this out, guys, the eBay podcast. Very good information. It comes out on Tuesdays. And what you want to do is you want to check this out. Now, I've seen, this is the one for, this is the one for January 7th, right? Let me make sure here. Yeah, January 7th. I didn't get a chance to check this one out. This one I heard. This one here was good. This one here I'm going to check out. I highly recommend you check it out. They're usually about a half hour long. but you can get a lot of good information from it. Like this particular one says eBay for Business episode 73, New Year resolution and fashion sourcing best practices. You can get a lot of good information from this here. Okay. Now, and they also tell you to feature guest Maria, the stylist, right? She's an eBay. This person's an eBay seller and host by Griff and Alan Exbit. Really good. Okay. And then you could also read a little about it. Okay, like over here, it says in the main story, we hear from eBay seller Maria, the style list, I'm sorry, on her best practices of sourcing fashion in the New Year resolution segment, and then it goes on and so on. And if you want to, when the show is live, which already passed already, you could either call in, just to have your questions answered on the eBay Business Podcast. Call us at that number there, 888-723-4630, or you could email them at podcast@ebay.com, or click here. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely that information I want to share with you. And with that, I just want to just close out the video really quick. So let me bump out here. Well, that concludes this video. I hope you found the information helpful. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. For those who are new, again, I just want to say to new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I do hope you find the information helpful and you do get a takeaway from it. And again, if you are a first-time visitor, hitting my channel for the first time, and you are a seller on eBay or you think about selling on eBay, I do the reseller news and I do Let's Talk eBay, but I'm also a vlogger as well. The information I provide here is from viable sources when it comes to reseller news. And when I say by viable sources, it comes from other websites, not just me coming off in here just to making a video and throwing things off the top of my head. However, the Let's Talk eBay, yes, I will share my own personal thoughts. Not scripted, or it's not going to a particular website or whatever. I'm just sharing on the Let's Talk eBay. I do share my issues and concerns with eBay, and I just like to bring that message, get that message out to you guys. And in no way, size, shape, or form is it to make any derogative statements against eBay. Like I said again before, I love eBay. Been with them for 20 years. I just like to bring certain things to people's attention to help them out, make better decisions when it comes to selling. I'm not much of a buyer on it for the most part. I had that question to me once before, even my family and friends asked, do you buy a lot on eBay? No, I do not buy a lot on eBay. The only thing I do buy on occasion is toner for my laser printer and ink cartridges for my all-in-one printer. That's about it. I am not a buyer on it, not for anything, but I'm more of a seller than a buyer. But I just want you guys to know out there that I do my best to get this information out to you guys. And if I'm wrong, if you're more informative, like you got more knowledge based on what I was talking about, and you want to drop it in the comment below, please do share it with us, share it with me. Like I said, I do my research so you guys don't have to. I don't mind doing it. Like I said again, a lot of people may say, don't you have anything better to do instead of making videos in regards to eBay selling and stuff like that? And again, my answer to that is, well, I do have things to do, but for the most part, you guys are my number one priority. I don't mind taking time out of my busy day to share this information with you. And I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I can. But I will say this in a disclaimer before I do end this video. I do not discuss religion or politics, and there's no profanity on my channel whatsoever. Does it make my channel better than anybody else? Absolutely not. The reason why I don't deal with religion and politics is because, for the simple reason, those are very touchy subjects and they can create a problem. I know they have there are all websites out there. I should say YouTube channels out there that do have those websites. I keep saying websites, the YouTube channels where they discuss religion and politics, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I have my own political views and I have my own religious views, and I'm going to keep them to myself. You can get into the debacle with those type of topics there. So for the most part, I do not discuss them on this channel. And with that, folks, I just want to say it's Friday. I'm wishing you all the best in eBay sales, including myself. I hope I make more sales. It's been pretty quiet. I only had 2 sales so far going out this week. Well, this week, yesterday I had to ship out 2 packages. And January is not starting off too good for me, but for the most part, you gotta hang in there. There is a lot of competition out there, folks. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of competition on eBay. But the thing is, you try to how can you say it? You can't always look at it in a negative way when you're first starting out with selling on eBay. like they say, with starting a YouTube channel is not the easiest thing. It's more of a, like they say, that the phrase they always like to coin is, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and that applies to eBay. It's not easy. I mean, well, I'm not saying it's not easy, but it's not rocket science either. But a lot of people, I think, have the interpretation that you're going to throw stuff on eBay and you're going to be successful, make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and you're going to have financial freedom, and you're going to be able to travel the world. And you know what? There may be some eBay sellers out there that are very successful like that and are able to do it. And you know what? I wish them all the best. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. I really do. I wish you all the best. But for some of us small time guys, it's kind of like you got to crawl before you walk type of thing. Now, even though people may say, well, you've been on eBay for 20 years, how come you don't have that many followers? eBay back then, just to share this really quick, eBay back then, when I signed up with them back in July of 1999, I just had two little girls, got married, got a house and stuff like that. And I had a stressful job. I was in IT field. And, you work 3 12-hour days on and 4 off. But for the most part, got little kids to take care of, and, we between the wife and I, we split up our time. On the days I worked, she worked, and vice versa. So it was a matter of taking care of our kids. So back then, I didn't think about eBay. eBay was, just something I wanted to try. The only thing, what I did sell on eBay when I first started, like I said, just to feel the water back then, was to sell a couple items around a house. I had an Atari 2600 game console with, I had, I think, maybe 40 games or whatever it was back then. I don't remember. It was quite a few games. And I sold that. I ended up selling a stereo and some other little things. And that was about it. That was it. I didn't make much sales back then because, again, it wasn't my priority. My priority was my family, my kids, like I said, just buying a house. And, when you got to place your family first above all. And that's, how I eventually broke into eBay, like that back then. But today, where I am today, as far as like doing it on a full-time basis and doing YouTube on a full-time basis, because in June of 2016 was my last job. We had a layoff. I went through 2 company layoffs actually, and 1 company bankruptcy. And believe me, folks, it's not fun losing your job, especially the last one I had. It was a great job, had pension, full, it was you got the full benefit package and everything, 401k, you name it, you had it, bonuses and stuff. And well, unfortunately, the jobs went overseas. So with that, like I said, I went through 2 company layoffs, 1 company bankruptcy. I figured, let me throw my hat in and see what I could do this time. I always had the yen for selling. Back in the day, I started my little catalog business. I was selling luggage. I was selling a 5-piece English leather luggage set, and I used to use the 17 magazine. I used to put little display ads in there, and I was selling that there. I was doing mail order for a while. So I kind of like always got involved with online selling, if you want to call it that, basically mail order. And that's what broke me into the CS. I always had the niche to get into online selling back then. But until eBay came along, there was a whole different ball game. Mail order back then, you would run an ad and a display ad in a magazine. And back then, when I was going to college for retail business management, the marketing professor would say, the whole premise behind advertising in a magazine is you got 30 days. Yeah, it cost me a lot of money back then. For a display, a quarter-page ad, it cost me a lot of money. But the premise behind that was you would have 30 days for that magazine, for that listing to be there, and it did generate sales. And the way it was the logic, the way they looked at it is, it was a teen magazine back then, and they would pass it on. Teens would pass it on to other teens, so it went from one hand to the other. If you go to a dentist's office, you would see those magazines in there, a doctor's office, dentist's office, whatever, and you would see that listing back there, because they had a marketing. They still do. I guess they still do. I haven't done that in a dog's age, but and that was the idea behind it. And I was making sales with it, and then I also started getting into importing. I started importing Christmas greeting cards, musical greeting cards, and I was doing the seasonal. I did Christmas, I did Thanksgiving, whatever, and they were importing from Hong Kong. And that's when I bought a fax machine because I couldn't understand. I had to get a translator every time I talked to them. And I had to call up in the wee hours in the morning because of the time differentiation. And I always had to get somebody on. It was hard for me to understand. And sometimes I didn't have a translator. The thing didn't really go anywhere. So I ended up purchasing a fax machine back then. And I would fax the orders over there and they could come here. And, I would sell them like that at my job. I was always trying to hustle to make money. And that's what I did. I did okay with it. You order a box. I only ordered so many of them. I did basically for the Christmas. and there were musical greeting cards, brand spanking new, all wrapped up in a cellophane plastic, And that's how I started getting involved with it. And eventually I did my own catalog business, and that's where I was mailing stuff out. So I always had the yen to sell online, It was, or do mail order. Back then it was mail order, I should say. But it was really an interesting journey for me. And I do love, like I said, I do love selling on eBay. Things have changed dramatically since eBay came into existence, and then you got Amazon, and you got all these other companies spinning off, Macari, Poshmark. There's another company called ThredUp, whatever, ThredUp or whatever. And then you got Declutter, another one there for clothing, women's clothing. So a lot of little things, branching off here. So, and then you got Bonanza too, is another one. I also do cross-selling, just to share with you guys. I do cross-selling. I also sell on Bonanza and Poshmark as well. I never really, ventured into Macari to sell on that there. Etsy, I know Etsy's another one. I think I tried Etsy a long time ago. I was trying to put on vintage T-shirts there, and I had it on for I think a month. I wasn't really getting any, traction from there, so I ended up pulling it off there, and I ended up selling those T-shirts on eBay. And Bonanza. Like I said, with Bonanza, the only thing that's good about Bonanza, if you never went to it, you can go to bonanza.com. You could import your listings off of eBay onto Bonanza, and I think it works with. You could also import your listings off of Amazon onto Bonanza, and I think Shopify. Okay, I think there's the three that you could import. And what you do is, like for me, I did one for eBay because I sell exclusively on eBay. I know it sounds crazy saying you sell exclusively on eBay, but you're at with other companies. Well, I mean, eBay is my go-to hub. That's the first one that's my main selling platform is eBay, and it is my go-to, and it is my exclusive one I sell on because that's where I made all my sales. Seriously. Very little sales of a Poshmark. I mean, I think I might have made a total of 4 or 5 sales or something like that since Poshmark. Bonanza, since I started Bonanza, I think I might have sold maybe a total of 10 items, and that was back in 2018 or 2017. So, it's not really been, if people think eBay's slow, for me, go check out Bonanza, but it is what it is. There's a lot of competition out there, but you know what? Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. Stand tall, go with it. And in regards to starting a YouTube channel to help aid your eBay business, you could do that. There are a couple. There's a lot of people out there, eBay sellers, that have YouTube channels. So if you're thinking about offsetting it like that, with your eBay listings, also start a YouTube channel because that's going to help you out too. You could always probably do at the end of the video. You could probably just throw a little segue in there, maybe talk about your sales, or maybe put a little splash page up at the end of your video and say, hey, these are the things I got selling on eBay. If you want to check them out, I'm offering best offer, and I just lowered the price down. You get a 5% discount, whatever. So you could throw a little promo in there if you got a YouTube channel. And with those little techniques, and also being on Instagram, and what's the other one there? I just recently signed up with TikTok. Mike was like, TikTok? What are you gonna do with TikTok? The reason why I know with TikTok you could do different things. It's basically Instagram and TikTok, and also with Twitter, is basically to help promote my business. Some people did pretty good with Instagram. There's a lot to work with as far as that there. If you know how to work it right. I'm still learning. I have my daughters helping me out on occasion with that there, as far as how to actually work it. But they do have Instagram. Instagram, I think, for desktop as well. Yeah, because I know I see it on my I have that there, Instagram for desktop. It's easy to work on my little iPhone 5S, but it works, and there's other ways to get your name out there. And also, you may want to start a Facebook group. I have a couple of them. I got the eBay Top Rated Sellers group, which everybody's welcome to join, and you don't have to be an eBay Top Rated seller. Okay, so anybody, it's an open forum, anybody can join. Okay, I don't care if you're from Macari, Amazon, Poshmark, whatever. Join it. Ask questions. If you got questions for me, I'll be more than happy to ask. Sometimes I don't get a chance to always go to them because I got 3 or 4 other Facebook groups that I'm always bumping into to see if anybody's got any questions or anything. See if I get new followers or whatever, or subscribers, or members, I should say. And the same thing, I'm with Twitter too. I go on Twitter on it. I always have it up, monitoring it to see if people are interacting with my Twitter group. So I'm kind of busy all day, bouncing around, doing research. So, you know, sometimes if you do leave a comment on YouTube or whatever, or Twitter, I don't get to see it. It's not that I'm trying to avoid you guys in any way. It's just that I'm so busy doing other stuff. I do a lot of research, and outside of doing the research, like I said, there is times, you know, I don't get a chance to always make videos, unfortunately. So this video is going to take some time. It's going to take some time to do this video. I know it is. It's going on 2:14 right over here, 2:14 p.m. So I bet you this video is going to be a lot longer than expected. But anyway, guys, rather than me keep rambling on, if you want to learn more, subscribing, like, comment, and share. And like I said again, hit that bell notification icon if you want to be updated when I post out new videos. Please leave comments, leave nice ones. I will respond to them as long as they're nice. If you need any help with anything, or if there's something that you want to see me talk about or discuss, something different from what I'm doing now, please drop a comment below. I'm always open for suggestions and new ideas. And just to sum this up really quick, for 2020, my channel will be a little different. I will be adding probably some little different things to the mix, so to speak. So I hope you guys don't get turned off by it, and I hope you'll still stay subscribed and you know like the content I put out. I put out good, clean content, okay? And I just want you guys to know that there. So that's basically it. Enjoy your weekend. Until next time, my name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Let's Talk eBay for January 10th, 2020. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.